Hi, today I am going to share with you the koi fish painting tutorial. So the first thing to do is to do an outline of what are the things that you want to see on your pond. So first I'll put this is a pad, like a lily pad. I will put another one over here, and I will put something like over here, like a Pac-Man, and then probably yeah, and a flower over here, like a water lily. Yeah, once you're done with your outline, then you can start putting the fish, like the koi fish. Like how many would you like to put in the canvas? It is up to you. So let's start putting some fish over here. First, I draw the fish like just the body without fins and tails. It's something I can put later on. So how to draw a fish? So you just do a letter C and then an inverted letter C. So something like that. And questions like, where is the fish heading? So the fish can go anywhere. If you will look at the fish pond, the fish are like everywhere. So you need to to create like an energy that the fish are like swimming here and there, something like that. And look at your canvas and see if it's like in the center already. So I usually make an artwork wherein the object or the subject is like in the middle. Like there is like a balance when you look at it. Like not in one corner you will see fish, the other corner you will see uh, the pads and things like that. So I feel like I want to put like one fish hiding under the pad, and I think that's it. First, what are the things that you need to prepare before you start painting? We have this paint. Yeah, you can see I have the sap green, blue, black, green, yellow green, and light blue. And to give color to the fish, I have white, orange, red, and black. I also have this like a towel that I use to dry my brush, microfiber towel. And my favorite brushes, these three. This is the 1/2. This one is the number 6. And this is the number 2. All of them are uh, flat brushes. Earlier I used a pencil to like draw uh, the objects, and definitely I have this jar with water, not for drinking definitely, but to clean brushes. The first part of the koi fish painting is putting off the underpaint. The underpaint is the cover paint that you need to use just to fill in the white space, the white canvas, and put some colors on it to make sure you are ready to start. Let's start painting the background. So I will be using this sap green to color the background. So we want to highlight the fish, so we are using a darker color for the background. It's simply painting all the areas without the object. So meaning you need to avoid painting the fish, the pads, and the flower. I usually like paint slowly as I touches the object. Instead of doing like that, I will try to do it slowly, outlining the object, so that I'll make sure I'm not putting any paint inside them, you know. And then Maestro, what kind of stroke am I using? Am I doing in this type of artwork? Well, the answer is whatever you like, meaning I'm not giving you any rule, because you can do it like smoothly or roughly as I do it. The ponds has different character as well, like the water is flowing or stagnant. So that's why I like this artwork. You can like create different moods, like a lighter background, a darker background. So I don't have any rule on the brush strokes with regards to this. Only as you are get close to object, I want you to do a little bit slowly, so that you will not be able to put paint inside the object. Well, in case you extend inside an object with paint, then it's not a big deal. As I told you, I really love working on acrylic because it's a medium that is very easy to dry. Like it would take an hour or two, and it's already dry. So what I mean with that is we can always cover or correct any errors that was made, and like um, for example, if I put color inside this object, I can just cover it with white again. So things like that, but not right away. You need to be patient when it comes to like covering colors, like changing one color to another or covering an extended color. Because if you will do it now when the paint is still wet, you will not get a clear white color, but probably light green. That is when the green mixed with white. But when the green is like totally dry, then it's very easy for you to put another paint atop that error. So I really like acrylic because I'm a little bit impatient in terms of a finished artwork. I want to finish an artwork right away, like within 1 hour or 2 hours, because I easily change moods or mind or subject. Um, uh, like today, I want to make a lot of koi fish artwork, but then after one, I realize I want to change it right away. So it is important for me to finish an artwork, or else it will end up unfinished for a while until I decided to continue that. But rather finish an artwork in one sitting. That's what I like. If you're that kind of artist, then this acrylic is the best for you. I'm almost done with the with this underpaint. it is called underpaint because this is not just the color that I want to. It's just that I want to cover this area. So I want like a bluish water or pond, blue green, something like that. So if you are like following me doing this, try to look for areas that still have the white canvas spot and try to cover them before going to the next step. So you will notice the only thing that you see that is white are the fish, the, the pads, and the flower. Sometimes I use a smaller brush like this because this is so big I cannot enter this the part of the flower. So now I'm using another brush, a smaller brush, so that I can get these details, you know. And it's good that this is flat. I'm using this very thin corner, like to enter these small gaps. Oops, Maestro. Well, again, as I said, don't worry. We can always correct these errors later on. I don't want a pointed tip of the koi fish because the koi fish like head is like a little bit round like that. Yeah, I'm trying looking at the video if it's still running. My problem with my iPhone is that the capacity, it says I still have like 25 gig of space, and yet sometimes it stops, like saying that the it's already like full 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 memory or full photo, etc. So the next thing I'll do is to wash my brush. Here's how to wash your brush. See? So the rule in washing of the brush is that I don't mind if there's like a small amount of paint there, but we need to make sure that the brush is so dry before using the next color, or else it will mix. So I would love to paint the pads. So the color for that is this green. I put some in the middle and then scatter them like a peanut butter. That's how I use it. Instead of get one, put one, get one, put one. So I like put a good amount of paint in the middle and then scatter them like this. As you can see, the paint is in the middle. It's not opaque, it's not translucent. But if you can have an opaque texture for this part, the better. So the only thing we can do is to like wait for a while, then paint it again. Like what I mean is like wait for a while for the paint to dry, and then after a while you paint it with another, like one more covering. Yeah. This is Pac-Man. It's not a big deal like touching the background because they are both green in color. So I am not afraid to touch this side and closing it. As you can see, there's some paint that will mix, but it's okay. It's green anyway, so it's like creating some texture. So while waiting for it to dry, like we can like wash your brush and make the flower instead. Are we still rolling? Yeah. Again, it's okay. I still have some paint in them, but as long as your brush is super dry, you can use the next color. So the color for this flower is, I use the blue color, very dramatic blue. Usually the water lily is very light in color, but I'm creating like, I want to create it mixed. So some of the background mixed with my flowers, so I will try to cover it. What I did is I just dry my brush, and put the blue color. Again, it's not so big deal because again, blue and green are like brothers. So yeah. So what's left are the fish. But before that, let's wait for a while and let the paint dry a bit so we can like do the next covering. Okay, let's continue with these koi fish tutorial. The fish is the only ones left without any paint. But before we go to that, let's try putting some colors on the other objects like the pads and the flower. Let's go to the flower. The flower is so blue. Let's make it a little bit 3D by putting this very light blue on some of the petals, like this one. Yeah, so I put some lighter paint on some of the petals, like these top 3, so it would look like some of the petals are at the back. So that's it. Yeah. And then now let's go to the pads. I want to use this small brush to put some texture on it. I would use this super dark green. I mix it to the point like it's almost black. We will be using that later on for the shadows. But for now, let's use it as like to create some lines here on the pads. And if you have something like this, like round, then the center would be the middle part. That is where you will start doing this texture. If it's at the corner, you need to start at the corner. So don't get confused with that. Some kids are confused with this side or corner um, pads. Since we already have that, let's try to put some light green. Just an accent, to create an accent. As much as possible, try to avoid touching the black. But if not, then don't worry. It will continuously create some effect on it. So yeah. Okay. And then let's go to the pond itself, like the water. Let's add more color by putting this green, like the flow of water, for example. In the workshop, I just told the student to like put it anywhere they like. It's something you cannot like teach exactly where to put, but sometimes you wanna. It's like an abstract thing. So you need to learn when to stop. Like if you are putting too much, yeah. I find this area too light, so I will put the original color of it, which is the sap green, just to highlight some areas. Yeah. If you are almost done with this, then let's proceed to the shadow. For the shadow, I will be using this big brush. Yeah. So, again, I will be using this almost black color. I put a little bit of green. Because if I use the original black, which is this, it will look like not, it doesn't show like it will like match the color of this artwork. So if the sun is over here on the top, so all the shadows are at the bottom. So don't forget that. That's a simple rule. I mean, but if you don't follow it and you try to put the shadows on the wrong location, then we're going to have a problem. Yeah, your friends would say, how could that be? How could there be shadows everywhere? So if this is your circular pod, shadow is here at the bottom. See? Why do we need to put the shadow? We want to create a visual effect that this water lily and pads and fish are floating in the water. so that effect. You will not see it right now clearly because some of the objects are not completely done, so you will not appreciate it at this point. But later on, you will see why we need to put the shadows. Do we have shadows over here? No, we don't have shadows. These are top. So, as I said, only at the bottom. So, that's how we put shadows. I can put a little bit here just to highlight some effect on this one. So we're now good. Try to like brush off the lower part so that it will actually look like shadows, you know. You can do better than I do. As again, I painted a little bit rough, so that's how I do it. Okay, so which one we should do now? Everybody's excited to go to the fish. The second part of the koi fish painting is the painting of the fish itself, which is the superstar of the koi fish pond painting. Okay, let's go to the fish by putting some color on the fish. So the koi fish has different designs, like spots in nature, so they are not exactly how I'm going to put it, but some of them has some spot on the head like that. So don't worry if you do bigger or smaller than this one, because there's no such perfect spot. So I use orange on one of it. So, and then like in the middle and to the tail. So this is like a 3-spot fish. See? I can also paint this hiding fish with orange. Instead of a spot, I will paint the whole fish orange to make it a little bit different from the first one. Yeah. And then I still have like 3 more fishes which I can color with different color. I mean, I can make different spots with different colors as well. Let's try to use red. So there are some koi fish with just red. You can see in some of my paintings. I will try to show you some of it, and just to see that I just put a red spot on one of the heads of the fish, and that's it. Meaning that's done. Yeah. But there are some with designs as well. So that's why making a koi fish painting so exciting. You can make different colors, you can make different designs, you can experiment. You don't need to follow exactly what I'm doing. You can have your own designs. Try to research how it looks like. But definitely, these are some of the common designs of a koi fish. I will put black on the last one. Yeah. This is really an exciting, artwork. See? Okay, I stopped because I just checked the videos. I'm so excited that to my excitement, I don't want to see that the video has stopped already. So we're good. Now let's go to almost the last part. What could that be? Well, you don't see exactly, look, it doesn't look like a fish already without fins and tails. So I will try to use the smallest brush, and definitely I will use the white color, okay? So a lot of questions like where to put the fins. This will make or break your artwork, and it happened to me many times. So I want you to really focus on how I put this part. So the fin should be just below the head, not over here, not very low over here, but over there. Just below the head. It's up to you how long you would love it. But very important that you put the fins on the right spot. By practice and observation, you will be able to achieve this. Yeah. Okay. So we can go back later on to make it more white. But for now, I'm going to show you how to make the tail. So the tail, some of you are just doing like a letter V over here. Don't do that. Try to make the fins a little bit longer, and it is up to you, like where it's heading. You want it like sweet, like this one. Instead of putting it over here, I can make it like that. See? So it will show that the fish is like swimming. See? You can change the way the fish is swimming. So we're almost done with the artwork. But before we sign it, we need to check the painting as a whole. Are you happy with it? Well, I think this part is a little bit darker, so I will lighten this up a bit. So you can make use of the rest of the paint that you have and change some areas of the artwork. Yeah, it's nice to have a dark area, but if it's too much, then you just need to adjust it. Yeah. You can lighten up some areas too if you want to. Yeah. Maybe for the orders that I'm having, I would prefer a bluish color on this side. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's better. I also want to highlight the pods. Like I want to make it like some areas a little bit yellowish. Because it's not obvious earlier, so. And this will create another beautiful effect on your artwork. So it's now time to sign your artwork. So where do you want to put your signature? Well, you can put it anywhere. You can put it on the top, the bottom, but I usually put it like here on the, what they call the right side. And you can put anything. You can put your initial, your first name, your last name, your alias, whatever you are comfortable with, or whatever pen name would you like to be as an artist in the future. So I use my last name, Manaco. If you are like signing on a very light area, then you need to use a darker one, like here. And do not forget the year, 19. Yeah, I've been painting since 2013, and it's very important that you put the year so that you will remember, you will know, you will be guided like, what year did I make this painting? I will not forget this bird on the top of my last name. So that would be it. Okay, thank you so much, and please subscribe to my channel. And I hope you put comment as well so that the maestro will know what else we should improve on, and what other topics or subjects I should be doing for you. And see you again next time. By the way, all the materials that I am using in this video are available, and please try to contact me, and I'm going to send it to you. If you are not from Winnipeg, I can send it to you through a courier or mail, and let's talk about it. Okay, please subscribe to my channel, and if you are looking for me, go to YouTube and look for Maestro Ferdz. Thank you so much. Please like, and subscribe.